Hello guys and welcome back to another video. So this is a guide for the KARMASLAYER. This is a class that is in the branch of the Swordsman, so the Berserker, the Magic Blade, and now the KARMASLAYER. Very strong class. I've had my hands on this class now for a couple of hours and I've managed to understand how the class plays. It looks very complicated, but once you break it down, it is actually a very simple class to play. And I'm hoping by the end of this video, you guys will have understood how the class works, and then you can just start formulating your builds and things like that. So the way I'm going to formulate this guide is very simple. So I'm going to go through all the skills and then I'm just going to mention how the mechanics on the class works. It has a total of 3 mechanics that you just need to take into account. Once you understand how those 3 mechanics work, you can play this class very easily. It is actually not that complicated. It does look complicated because there's a lot of nuances to it, but once you understand the flow, it is a super easy class to understand. So this video is actually going to be very quick. So let's quickly start with the main class mechanic, because after that, that's when you can understand how the entire class comes together. So let's go straight to the level 15, because that's when you unlock the passive of the class itself. And that is KARMASLAYER's basic attacks and the skills will be given Demon's Energy. So Demon's Energy is this bar on the top here. Every time you basic attack, you're going to be feeling it. If you use skills, you're going to be feeling it even faster, all the way to 100, which is the cap. So let's understand. So that is it about the first mechanic on the class, Demon's Energy. The second part of this is when Demon's Energy is full, every time you cast a skill, you're going to activate Soul Bond for 5 seconds. So Soul Bond is this. So every time you fill up your bar all the way to 100, some skills will be able to start utilizing this bar to do more damage. So for example, if I press my 2, when I have 100%, I am going to consume 25% to do a coordinated attack, which you'll see the demon will be appearing and do a coordinated attack with me. That is the meaning of Soul Bond. When we go back there again, you'll notice that when Soul Bond is active, that's what it says. When Soul Bond is active, non-finisher skill will not be able to get any more synergy, but it will consume to summon the energy, the demon for coordinated attacks, as I just showed you guys. And then for every coordinated attack, it's gonna refresh the Soul Bond duration and the up here, which you cannot really gain any more Demon's Energy. And then when Demon's Energy reaches 0, you're gonna exit the Soul Bond and then you're gonna go back to stacking even more Demon's Energy. So these are the 2 main class mechanics when it comes to KARMASLAYER. So using your skills, you're gonna be getting Demon Energy, and then some skills will start spending the energy. It's usually 25% per skill cast. So you'll see it is 75% there, and then now it is 50%. If I use another skill that spends it, it's another 25% and then 25%. So a total of 4 skills, right? So those are the first 2 major mechanics. Now I am gonna jump a little bit down a little bit as well, just because I want to get rid of all the class mechanics. So the next class mechanic, as I told you guys, there is 3 of them. The next one is the Demon Oath. That comes at level 30, is also a passive. So each demon combo grants 1 stack of Demon Oath. So when they say demon combo, they means once you enter Soul Bond, right, after you've filled up your synergy, once you enter Soul Bond, and then you use any skill, for example, this skill that will be consuming synergy, you're going to be able to get 1 stack of Demon Oath. And then every time you have a stack of Demon Oath, you're going to be getting 12.5% increased damage on any other subsequent combos that you do during that duration. So every time you're using those coordinated attacks, you're going to be getting stacks of this Demon Oath. It stacks up to like 4, so but you just need 3 stacks for a different mechanic. But for now, just understand these are the 3 main mechanics on the class. So TLDR on the class, you have 3 mechanics. You have the Demon's Energy, which will fill up your katana bar over here. And then you do have your Soul Bond state, which will start consuming your stacks. You have your bar here, because once it's full, you start consuming them at 25% per skill. And then you do have your third mechanic, which is your Demon Oath stacks, which you'll be getting those stacks every time you use a coordinated attack when you are spending 25% of your bar over here. 3 mechanics to keep in mind. Now, with that being said, let's go to the second thing you need to know about the class, and is how these skills are classified, right? So some skills will be giving you Demon's Energy. Some skills will be consuming Demon's Energy, right? However, do not pay so much attention to that, because almost all the skills you're going to be using can give you Demon's Energy and can spend the Demon's Energy as well. So it is our 2-in-1 skill for almost all the skills you're going to be using. So do not pay attention so much to that. It's not really something major to keep an eye on. However, you're going to notice that when you hover over skill, it should tell you gain 25 points of demon synergy. So something like this, the level 1 skill Windblade cannot consume any of the synergy. However, for something like this, Pyro Slash, you will see here, it gives you 25% of synergy, but if Soul Bond is active, it can consume 25 points of synergy. So that is only the difference, but don't pay so much attention to that. You're not really going to be using some of these skills at all, especially this level 1 here. But this one's very important. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. So for the level 1 skills, you do have your Spiral Slash here, quick skills, and then you do have Gathering Anchor. So these are like the reskins of those swordsman skills that all the classes get, like the Berserker and Magic Blade. Then you do have your Descent there. Then this is a passive. You always want to get the passive. It is a magic class. I expected this one to be a physical class, but it is a magic class. And then you do have your quick tornado there skill, Frost, Fire, Ember. I'm quickly going through these skills because they don't really have that much going for them. It is just damage skills, and then you gain synergy or you spend synergy. As Demon Slash, 25. You have your Thrust Slash there. And then at level 30, you do get your Ice Break. Boom, nice skill. Level 35, you do get Gale Execution. Looks super good there. Then you do have at level 40, Prison Slash. Quick Dash. Nice skills. Level 45, your ultimate. I'm going to show you guys how the ultimate looks a little bit later. And then you have a passive here, of course, giving you more damage. And then you do have level 50, Shadow Blade Flash, one of your bread and butter skills. We're going to be talking about this one in depth in a little bit. Yep, and then you have level 55 skills, Soul Crucifixion. Just another damage skill. All have the same thing here. So that's why I'm going like super quick, because they all have the same passive here. They gain 25 points of synergy, or they spend 25 points of synergy. So very simple class to understand, guys. It is not that complicated. Then you have Demon Hand, even more damage. The same passive there. And then level 70, even more damage. The same passive there. With that being said, I've really gone through that very quickly, because there's not that much going on when it comes to the skill. It is just pure damage, and they all give you demon synergy. Now let's quickly jump into level 15 skill, the Cross Strangle. This skill and the level 50 skill, the Shadow Blade Flash, they do the same thing. So I'm gonna go straight into the 51 because I just want to quickly get it over with. Cross Strangle has a passive at level 30 that consumes all of your Demon Oath stacks and to do more damage. Now, there is a better skill at level 50, so I just wanted to mention it, but to be honest, I'm not really gonna use it. So just know it is there, but you're not really gonna use it. If you're leveling the class from level 1, just know that your Cross Strangle skill here is gonna consume Demon Oath max stacks for even more burst damage, right? But eventually you're gonna out-level it pretty quickly, basically in a day, and then you're never really gonna touch it. Then the main one here is gonna be the level 50 skill, and that is the Shadow Blade Flash. So Shadow Blade will be consuming all of Demon Oath stacks, and then the more stacks are consumed, the higher the damage. Mainly you're gonna be doing this every time you get 3 stacks, and then it has a 35-second cooldown. But don't worry, there's ways around that. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. So keep in mind, the Shadow Blade Flash is one of your bread and butter skills. So put it in the back of your head, and we're going to talk about how this one comes into play when it comes to the class. So for the level 60 Awakening, it is a transformation like the Blade Maiden. However, the Blade Maiden one is like really long. This one is a short duration, and then you do get some new skills. So this is how it looks. You transform, you become a demon. You do get new skills. Then you can spam to your heart's content. Super strong. Does a lot of damage as well. And then at the end, you can do a big massive hit. That is the level 60 Awakening. Now, what thing I need you to look at is the sword here. The moment you transform, nothing really happens to your demon's energy, right? You do everything, and then nothing happens to the demon's energy. I want you guys to keep that in mind, because the inscription will be changing that a little bit once we talk about that. And then for the level 45 Awakening, pretty quickly, boom, massive AoE. It reminds me of the glass shit ultimate. So super quick skill. And with that being said, I am gonna quickly pivot into the inscriptions, because the inscriptions in this class is what makes or breaks it. If you do not have these inscriptions, do not play this class. So let's quickly go through the inscription. I'm gonna start with the superior technique because it has some really cool things going for it. So superior technique, the moment you get this one to level 7, because that's the main one here. At level 7, demon's energy gained from other sources other than the basic attack is doubled. This is a very strong one, very strong. Let me quickly equip to get level 7 on this. I don't want to get level 8. 1 second, let me put it at level. I don't want to put level 9. Yeah, I'll put it at level 7 because level 7 and level 8 is the same thing, right? So at level 7, if you have superior technique at level 7, any demon's energy gained from skills is doubled. So instead of having to spend 4 skills to fill up the bar, you only need to spend 2 skills. So boom, boom, and you're 100. That is what the superior technique does. Super good inscription. 2 skills and you're full bar. Only 2 skills. That is super good. And then the next thing to pay attention to here is the sword demon coordinated attack damage from skills is plus 50%. So every time you fill up your bar, then you go into soulbound form, and then your demon starts appearing next to you to do coordinated attack. It's gonna do 50% more damage. Very simple to understand that. Once you get your superior technique to level 9, you do get a new one here. So skill cast when in the reflected demon transformation. So this is the level 60 ultimate. Can also trigger demon controls, and then when transformed, the skills can also consume the synergy and the damage is increased by 30%. So what this means is now when you ulti the level 61, when you transform, you can get your skills can now generate synergy, and then you can use other skills to go into soulbound, which will consume that synergy for even more damage, so an extra 30% damage if you can trigger that. So the superior technique level 9 will give you access to your soulbound inside your transformation state. So that's what the superior technique level 9 does. Now let's go to the next major one, and that is the auxiliary technique for your pants and your chest piece. So auxiliary technique level 3, you start getting good things at level 6. This one they do not like give you any nice things until you get this one to level 6. So level 1 to 5, you just get some bonus damages and stuff. So at level 6, every time you cast any of your ultimates, so the level 45 one and also the level 61, you're gonna be getting a full bar of your demon's energy. So the moment you cast your ultimate, boom, 100% of your energy. This is how it looks. Very simple. So let's say you're at 0 like this, just cast your ultimate, transform, boom, you're at full, and you can already start your combos with a full bar of energy to do all of the bonus damage. So all of those skills will have a 30% boost because you started with a full bar, and then you can enjoy the buffs like that. Then the next one here is the Umbral Blazestorm. Cooldown is also reduced by another 40% on top of this other cooldown reduction on the top here, right? And then the damage also increases by 150%. Very good passive. So this is the level 45 awakening. So let me just quickly swap it here so we can see the cooldown. So the level 45 awakening has like 150-second cooldown, but once you have the passive, you have the auxiliary technique and everything, this cooldown goes to like 50 seconds or so. It's like a 50-second cooldown ultimate. Super good, super good. And remember, this one will be giving you a full bar on your demon's energy, so it is a good passive to have. And that is it about the auxiliary technique. Not so many things going for it, but it is a super strong inscription, so it is something you're going to have on your gear, on your character. And then let's go to the next one, and this is the really hard one to get. You are gonna need transcendent technique on this class. It is not a choice. You must have transcendent technique. Transcendent technique does not do anything for you that much until level 9. Level 8 is just damage bonuses and stuff. However, at level 9, you're going to be getting one major passive here. So when gaining 3 stacks of Demon Oath, Shadow Blade Flash cooldown is going to be fully reset, and then it's going to do 100% more damage. This is super strong, makes this skill hit like a truck. So for me to show you how this passive works, let me quickly go show you the combo that you're going to be using as a bread and butter combo, right? So this is how I have set up my configuration right now. Mainly all the main hitting skills are down here. So I'm just gonna quickly show you the reset mechanic. So the main skill, the skill they're talking about here is the Shadow Blade Flash. So this is the one that's going to be consuming the Demon Oath Max. So I am going to, it is at C, so keep that in mind. It's a C at the top. This is how the icon looks if you want to look at it on my bar. Demon Oath Max looks something like this. So I am at 100. Let me just quickly reset that. I'm just going to do a ulti just to fill up my bar. So Demon Oath Max, I just need to use 3 skills, okay? The entirety of my bar is set up in such a way that all of my skills will be able to consume or generate the synergy. That's what I was telling you at the start. You don't really have to pay so much attention about which skill generates and which skill doesn't. You can set it up in such a way that all your skills can generate and all your skills can consume, because you're going to need to be able to get the Demon Oath Max stacks anytime you want, right? So you need to get 3 stacks and then use your blade to consume those stacks. So this is how they look like, right? So if I consume this 3 times, okay, so I'm at 25%. At the top here, you're gonna notice I do have Demon Oath permanent 3 stacks. With this, I can use my flash here, and that will consume those 3 stacks for a big burst of damage, right? And then it goes on cooldown. If it is on cooldown, if I fill up my bar to 100, I can do 3 skills. So for example, Q, and then Q again, and then if I do C, it's gonna reset the flash, right? So C, and then my flash is off cooldown, and I have 3 stacks again of Demon Oath. Are you guys seeing the rotation there? And then consume the 3 stacks, then you're back to stacking. So 2 skills, I'll fill up my bar. Right, so I need to do 3 skills to get 3 stacks of oath, and it's gonna reset this cooldown. So I can do 1, I can do 1, I can do 2, and then boom, it's off cooldown. Then I consume the stacks, and then rinse and repeat. Okay, rinse and repeat. So that is the entire rotation of this class. Entirety of the rotation. And some of the skills are very long cooldown, so I'm gonna tell you what I decided to do to work around that. But that is what that inscription will do for you. The transcendent technique, very hard inscription to get, but yeah, it is super strong. It is something everyone will need to work towards if you're gonna be playing this class. So that's what the transcendent technique does. It's just mainly make this Shadow Blade Flash do a lot of damage and gives you this cooldown reset mechanic, and it's gonna make the rotation. That is all you need to know about the class actually, and you're kind of done with the class. If you can understand that, you're kind of done. So let's go to how I've set up my skills so that I can explain why I have some skills set up the way they are. So if you look at the page here, you do have the main hard hitting skill, the level 70 skill. I do have both of these at QQ. So these 2 skills do a lot of damage. So it's like burst skills. You just want to use them once you have them off cooldown. And then you do have some more damage skills here. The major skill I really pay attention to in my bar is the Shadow Blade Flash, which I have it at C. You can put it on 1 if you want to. And then you do have your ultimates, of course, the level 45 and the level 61. Then you do have some filler skills here, so the level 35 and the level 41. Something to keep note on is you're gonna notice all of these skills will be able to give you demon's energy and will be able to consume demon energy, because you need to have all of these skills be able to do all of these things, right? The main thing you're looking for here is to get the stacks of Demon Oath and then consume those stacks when they are at least 3, so that you can get even more damage, skill damage bonus on the Shadow Blade Flash. So that's the major thing you're really going for here. Now, with that being said, let's go to the first 2 skills that I have here at level 1. You're gonna notice these 2 skills are actually level 1 skills, and the reason why I have this set up this way is because these 2 skills are very low cooldown. So 10 seconds for this one and then 8 seconds for this one. And the main reason I have this low cooldown skill instead of equipping something like this level 25 skill or this level 30 skill here, the level 30 skill like the Ice Break will do more damage. However, it is a 30-second cooldown skill, and then something like this is like 18 seconds, this is like 26 seconds. I want a very low cooldown skill because I want them to be always available, because if they're always available, I am using them to generate my stacks very, very easily. So like, do I want one? I'm at 100 stacks like that, and then I can now go into the major combo, right? And then once I'm done, I can go into it again, click the 1-1. So the two skills that I have at level 1 are for making stacks, getting the demon's energy as quickly as I want to. Basically spammy, right? The more spammy I can get, the more resets I can get on my Shadow Blade, right? The more resets I can get on this, and then I can consume the stacks for even more damage on the Shadow Blade. So that is the entire rotation of the class. It's very, very simple. I thought it was, when I was like looking at the class, going through the skills and everything, it looked very confusing at start, but eventually I figured it out. I was like, oh, it's actually the simpler rotation, much more simpler than even a Warlock, much more simpler. So yeah, you'll notice if you use these other skills here, like the level 20-25, that is skills, you're gonna have a section in your rotation where you have absolutely nothing to press, and this kind of will force you to maybe rely on the Mystic Cut to reset some of the skills, because these other skills down here have really long cooldowns, like 50 seconds, 65 seconds, 50 there, and then you do have like 48 seconds. So it's very, very long cooldowns. So this means this class will really enjoy a lot of cooldown reduction if you can get it. I am using Sunflame right now. I really like it. Divinity will do you more damage as well, but yeah, I'm never a fan of Divinity at all. So I really like Sunflame. I've also paired this one with the Maliset. I really like the Maliset. The Maliset and the Glimmer, very, very close to each other, and also Divinity and Sunflame, very, very close to each other, to be honest. People are hating so much on Sunflame. I was also one of the people who was hating on the Sunflame, but it is super, super good set. The demon set here, demonic, not really that good. Not really. Also kind of annoying with having to stay in the ring. So I am using the Sunflame. So I am gonna quickly show you just a sample rotation of what I've managed to come up with. So this is a very, very quick sample rotation. I don't even have pets equipped. I don't really need them for this small demonstration. So the idea behind the class is you want to fill up, go into Soulbound, do your skills, maybe reset your flash base. So keep your eye out on the C skill over here for the resets. Do some damage here and there. Use your ultimate to also get some of the bar when you don't have any of the skills used. It's also really good for an opener. So that is that. So let me just quickly go through a quick rotation. Then we're gonna see. I'm gonna do a little bit of a commentary. See if I'm probably gonna mess it up. So I'm just gonna quickly start with the ulti. And then press 1, 2. I have 3 stacks. Do my flash bid, and then stack again. Do 3 skills. So 1, 2, 3. That resets blade. Do the blade there. Then fill up. Go to ulti form. This one does like a massive amount of damage at this stage here. Do a lot of damage in this state. Then the ulti runs out. I have 2 stacks of demonic, so I'm gonna do that up with both. Second one that resets flash. Do the flash. I'm gonna spin the other one. Can do a ulti here as well. So the moment things go on cooldown, I can get 3 stacks of oath. So 1 oath, 2 oath, 3 oath. That resets the flash. Do flash again. Try and stack again. So you see the rotation. So 1 stack of oath, 2 stacks of oath, 3 stacks of oath, resets flash, do flash. If you have these skills used, like here, I can do that. This one goes Soulbound, so that's 1 skill. That is 2 skills. If I use the third skill, that will reset my flash. There you go. And then flash. Yep, that is it. That is the entire rotation. Very, very simple rotation. It's actually super chill. Super chill. It looks hard, but to be honest, it's a very, very simple rotation. Very simple rotation because it's just 3 scales, which gives you 3 stacks, and that is it. Super simple class, super simple class. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Don't worry about the damage. I don't really have any like insignias or anything like that. It was just a rotation example. I'm gonna be going through testing and stuff to see, and also this is the test server, so most of these numbers are not really what you're gonna be getting in the official servers, so take that with a grain of salt. You're gonna see a lot of creators making rotation videos with absurd numbers, but don't really take that so seriously. Things in test server might change during the release. It happened with like the Empirica and the Rasphonia, so I expect it to happen also with the KARMASLAYER. So it is a super good class. It's super strong, don't get me wrong. Very, very strong class. Probably will be the strongest class on release in the game, if I am not wrong. And it's a class I'm gonna be swapping to because I just really love how it works. So I'm still testing out things. I'm still trying to see what gears, what inscriptions are good for him. I don't know if I'm gonna be going for cooldown reduction, if I'm gonna be going for attack speed, because I've kind of really liked the attack speed inscription on the class as well. So once I find out any like nice nuances to the class, I'm going to be posting a follow-up video after this for like tips and tricks on the class if there's any that I can find. So yeah, this was a really quick beginner's guide on the class and how to play the KARMASLAYER once you get your hands on it this coming week. If you have any questions on the class, please put it down in the comment section below. I'll be able to answer all of those questions for sure. Thanks guys for watching this really quick video. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.